see if you can spot the join. Yes, I just knocked the camera off. I don't have a very professional rig here. It's just resting on a recycling bin and a pot. So I was about to talk about tomatoes. I like to put them in now because I like to give them a bit of a smash down. That allows you to mix that flavour within tomatoes so you've got moisture. It doesn't really matter if you add them later, actually. It's just quite a nice way of just gently deciding what sort of consistency you want, how thick you want it to be, whether you want it to be nice and chunky, because for me the worst kind of guacamole is the one that's really blitzed. Okay, so once you've got that, your avocado. Now with an avocado, all I've done is cut diagonally and then diagonally again with a quite sharp knife, but the shell of the avocado should protect your hand from it. And then, very simply, when you start to flip it out with a spoon, or you can use the blunt side of the knife, it comes out in lovely little segments like that. Here's some I prepared earlier, professional preparation. Pop that in, and then you're blending that in. Now, this is something that's a little bit hard. You might have to attack some of the harder lumps. This is the fun bit where you can get really stuck in. Depending on what implement you're using, you want to squash that avocado, get it mixed in with all the juice from the tomato. Oh, there's me knocking the rig off again. Get some of that moisture in there so it's nice and soft. And you'll see it starts to come together. It starts to look like a guacamole. And you can add as little or as much of those ingredients as you like. If you're not really keen on the red onion, just go for a little bit. There's all kinds of variations you can do with guacamole that are quite exciting. One of the best ones I ever had mango in it, squashed mango. Just made it obviously nice and sweet. Put in a habanero chili or a Scotch bonnet chili, nice and hot chili with that, and the lime juice, and you're away. Now your lime and salt balance is really important here. So I checked the salt before. I think there's enough salt in there, but your lime, crucially important. You can segment your lime to make it easier to monitor. Make sure you get the right amount in. But it's really important not to over lime your guac. It can overpower it. So you want to put a little bit of lime through, bring it together, bring it down, make sure it's nice and mixed. And then, as I said before, taste. I'm still thinking a bit more lime in there. Maybe that's just my personal taste because I like lime. You can zest it where you use the funny side of the grater. Get some nice zesty bits off in there as well. You can use a lemon. You can use a little bit of vinegar, but it definitely needs something slightly acidic in there. But lime, the smell of that lime is fantastic. And just to finish off, a little bit of fresh coriander leaves that were in there before. As soon as they start to get in there and mix with that avocado and that lime, they'll start to break down a little bit, so you won't have the super fresh flavour that you get from them. You'll get nice blending in. It's quite nice to finish off with that as well and put some stuff on the top. So when you pull that together, one last little taste. Perfect. You have the most fantastic fresh guacamole. Now you can use this as an accompaniment to lots of different things. You can use it on its own with chips, like chips and dips. Or you can present it as I'm going to show you in a minute, which is quite a nice way of doing things with just some really simple tortilla chips. It makes a lovely little starter, actually. I actually stole this from a genuine Mexican restaurant I was in a place called San Cristobal de las Casas, where they presented it in this way, and I just thought it was a really nice way. So I'll just stop for a second and come back for part 3 for presentation and tasting.